want me to take one? No, that's fine. All right.
Tomorrow, that's Mark's fault. I'm happy to be here on behalf of KWWL and in support of the many community programs and services offered by Cedar Valley Hospice. Now, are you excited to experience this? Oh my God. All right, to start off, I'd like to introduce the Executive Director of Cedar Valley Hospice, Marvin Fagerlin.
Thank you, Eileen, for your words of welcome, for being part of our celebration here this afternoon. And thank you to all of you for joining us here this afternoon on such a wonderful weather day. We're all gathered here this afternoon in support of Cedar Valley Hospice, the patients, the families, and the clients that we serve. The mission of our organization is to provide the leadership and set the standard for excellence in the delivery of palliative and end-of-life care, and also services to those who grieve. Today's event helps us meet the goals of that mission in a couple of ways. First of all, the money that we raise to support the butterflies that will be released shortly is one of the purposes. The other, and even more important, is that the money goes towards hospice services for patients and their families, for grief support to adults and children alike, for the medical case management provided to clients of the Cedar AIDS support system, and also for our LINK program, as well as the hospice home. All of those funds stay right here, making a difference in people's lives, helping us to serve our families, our friends, and our neighbors. I thank our staff and all of our volunteers, and I thank you. We serve when we're asked to serve, and it means a great deal to us that we're invited into people's lives. We thank you, those of you whose loved ones we've served, for giving us the privilege to provide care at a very difficult time in your loved ones' lives and yours as well. I have to say, while it's not in the script, last year when I had the opportunity to stand up here, I saw a field of green. This afternoon, I'm seeing a lot of orange, and if I squint and imagine a little bit, I think there's one big monarch out there, and all the ones coming out will say, I'm at home.
As you know, the majority of the money raised by this event comes from our Iowa donors, but as we've mentioned the last couple of years, we also had donations from many other states. This year we had Illinois, Minnesota, California, Missouri, New Mexico, North Carolina, Florida, Colorado, Idaho, Arizona, Washington, Arkansas, and even Hawaii. In fact, more than 550 donors in all have participated in these fundraising efforts, and they have totaled more than $45,000, and that's before we even got here today. As you may know, Cedar Valley Hospice serves 13 area counties, but we have a very large scope when you consider the friends and families, extended friends and families across the nation that are touched by our services. So thank you so much.
Those of us who have gathered here today have one important thing in common. We have all lost a loved one. We have the desire to honor them publicly through this very special event, Release and Remember. Just like the time it takes for a caterpillar to develop into a butterfly, it takes time to fully experience the emotions that accompany our loss. Everyone is different. No grief pattern is the same. There is no right or no wrong when dealing with the loss of a loved one. Just like our individual fingerprints are very unique, so are our experiences of grief and loss. You are more than a survivor. You've taken steps to care for yourself while you've walked through grief. People all over the world face losses. Some may be more challenging than others. As a result of a death, we've all learned to be supportive to other people when they experience their own losses. You are truly an understanding friend who can come alongside of them and encourage them. And you know that words are not always necessary, just your presence and a warm and enduring look. For some of you, this may be the beginning of a healing process from a very deep pain. Some of you may have just experienced recently the loss of a loved one, and your life still seems like a blur. Others have been here before and experienced the healing touch that letting go can place in your heart. Because you know, letting go doesn't mean forgetting. We'll never forget. It's just an opportunity to visually see the freedom of flight of a butterfly heading towards heaven. Whatever drew you here today, know that we are very glad that you are here, and we want to experience this event together. Hug one another, shed a few tears, share some smiles and some laughter. Today's a special time that we set aside to remember, thinking about that very special loved one who has died. How that person touched your heart, and knowing them has changed your life. No matter how close your relationship was, there is now a gap in your life that can never be filled completely. This event is a small token of our appreciation for that relationship and experience that we've all shared. Many of you in attendance have dedicated a butterfly in honor or memory of someone you love. You'll see those special names displayed here today at the different dedication sites. Cedar Valley Hospice also served nearly 1,000 patients last year. So the butterflies released today represent your loved ones and our patients in equal honor and celebration. And now if we could all join together in just a few moments of silence in remembrance of those who have passed before us. as has been the tradition for the past 2 years, I would like to end with a special poem by Jill Haley that is so very fitting for today's celebration. As you release this butterfly in honor of me, know that I am with you and will always be. Hold a hand, say a prayer, close your eyes and see me there. Although you may feel a bit torn apart, please know that I'll be forever in your heart. Now fly away, butterfly, as high as you can go. I'm right there with you, more than you know. Thank you.
We'll now be arriving in the amphitheater. I see him in the wings. Oh, sorry about the plane, sorry. Will the honoraries please come forward in preparation for the release? Come on. Cedar Valley Hospice Director of Marketing, Lori McBride, Volunteer Coordinator from our Independence site, Rhonda Hine, Volunteer Coordinator from our Grundy Center site, Bill Carpenter, he's our Spiritual Counselor from our Waverly site, Stacy Winky, Director of Clinical Services, and Carol Ray Hoth, one of the founding members of Cedar Valley Hospice. Okay, everybody ready? Are we ready? All right. We're gonna count to 3, open the boxes and release the butterflies. 1, 2, 3. Release! Your loved ones to allow Cedar Valley Hospice the privilege of continuing to serve those in need through the funds raised at this event. And remember, we'll all see you here at the 4th annual Release and Remember next year. Have a great afternoon. Awesome, guys.